Hi everybody, this is Diana, aka Pop Culture Diva 42, and here we are in the new year in 2012, and my first video is going to be kind of a commentary, which can basically be summed up as ha! Take that, Hollywood. This is where your money is, this being where I am, meaning Europe, meaning generally overseas. And the reason why I say that is because the figures are in for the box office in 2011, and they tell a very, very interesting story. So you can read the entire article on this on The Hollywood Reporter, or the story has been picked up by a lot of websites, news websites and movie websites. And basically, in 2011, 1.28 billion movie tickets have been sold, which is a decrease of 4.4% from 2010 and the lowest number since 1995. So basically, fewer and fewer Americans are going to the movies. Now, this can be attributed to a number of factors. On the one hand is the fact that the movies this year, and I think I keep saying this, that 2011 has not been that good of a year in terms of quality entertainment. We've had a record number of sequels being released, and also now I don't really know how much movie tickets cost in the US. I think it differs from region to region, and of course there's also 3D to take in consideration, but I would imagine it's somewhere around $15. Maybe more for 3D releases, maybe less. I'm not really sure, but I know that a lot of people have been complaining that movie tickets are very expensive these days, and in the US, and with the current economic climate, that can serve as a pretty big deterrent to go to the movies. What's more interesting about this story is that while movie attendance in the US is the lowest in 16 years. Like I said, the last time only 1.28 billion tickets were sold was 1995. Foreign box office is at an all-time record. $13.53 billion have been sold in movie tickets in 2011, and that is an increase of 6 to 8% over 2010. So what that basically means is that fewer and fewer Americans are buying movie tickets, but Hollywood movies are performing better and better overseas, which is awesome for me to know, because I am one of the people living overseas, and I'm also one of the people that loves to go to movies, but I get so fucking annoyed when I have to wait for 2 or 3 months to see something. Like, say for instance, a perfect example of this is War Horse. I really want to see War Horse. I think it was just released in the US, but guess when I get to see it? In freaking February. So what I'm basically saying, that things like this, like delayed release dates, needs to go away. Now Hollywood needs to invest in some better distribution or something, and I'm sure that this is a transitionary problem, I would imagine, because with the development of digital movies and digital technology in terms of movie distribution, I'm sure that this whole reliance on intermediaries will disappear, in the sense that cinema chains will become more and more redundant and irrelevant. But as the situation stands now, like for the next maybe 10 to 20 years, for as much as we have to rely on movie theaters, still I would like to see Hollywood acknowledge the fact that they need to invest in some better goddamn distribution, and because that's where the money is. That is clearly what these statistics are showing us. And take something like Green Lantern, for instance. Green Lantern came out in the US in the middle of June, but it came out in Romania in the middle of August. Now, if you look at Green Lantern's box office, now this is going to be a broad generalization, and of course with Green Lantern it was a bad movie, and that certainly doesn't help, but looking at Green Lantern's box office, I think that something like its domestic box office was bigger than its foreign box office by like 5% or something. Whereas when you look at something like Captain America or Thor, their foreign box office was, the difference was like, for Thor, I think it was 60% to 40%, where 60% is the foreign box office and 40% is the domestic box office, so the movie tickets sold in the US. And Thor came out like 2 weeks after the US release date in Romania, so I think it definitely had the release dates from country to country were certainly closer, and I think that certainly helped its box office a lot, because when you have to wait for something like months and months, in the case of Green Lantern, lots of people will go, well, maybe I'll just use less legal ways to see it.